Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and gives this video a thumbs up. Joan Vassos, the first Golden Bachelorette, got engaged to Chalk Chapel in the season finale. They seemed incredibly pleased, as if they were soulmates destined to spend their lives together. But have they parted ways? Joan is answering a major question for fans and followers, but what is the latest update? Joan Vassos and Chalk Chapel became engaged over a year ago, but viewers didn't witness it until November 2024. Many viewers questioned whether or not they could make it. Following all, Jerry Turner and Teresa Nist married following the first season of The Golden Bachelor. They quickly divorced. With Joan as the first Golden Bachelorette, the concern persisted. She and Chalk live apart but spend a great deal of time together. Their families get along, and they are actually living the good life. However, reports have circulated that they had called off their engagement and split up. This makes logical, given that they've been doing their own thing. Joan just took a vacation with her Golden Bachelor co-star, Nancy Holkauer. Joan is now cleaning up all of the rumors about her and Chalk, with him joining in. They recorded a little film together after being away for a month and felt they deserved to be seen. Joan mentioned that people were concerned about their situation, which they appreciated. However, she made it apparent that they are still an item. The Golden Bachelorette couple was smiling and laughing while conversing. Joan Vassos noted that they planned separate holidays and took the time to appreciate them. After being separated, they are overjoyed to be reunited, and Chalk lightly kissed Joan on the head. This is a huge comfort for everyone who follows them, since it gives hope to anyone looking for love again. Fans of The Golden Bachelorette were blown away by Chalk Chapel and Joan Vassos' romance. They can spend time apart and lead their own lives. Despite this, they always reconcile, which followers regard as highly mature. Others stated that they are ready for a wedding and are quite happy with their current partnership. One person stated that they do not believe the Golden Bachelorette couple has any intentions to marry or live together. Rather, they are enjoying life, and there is no need for the fuss at their age. The story of Joan Vassos and Chalk Chapel has taken Bachelor Nation by storm ever since they first crossed paths on The Golden Bachelorette. Their chemistry was undeniable from the very first one-on-one date, where their conversations seemed to flow effortlessly and their laughter rang genuine rather than staged. For many viewers who were skeptical about whether a senior-focused spin-off of the Bachelor franchise could capture the same magic, Joan and Chalk became the reassuring answer. They were living proof that romance didn't have an expiration date, that people in their 60s and 70s could still experience butterflies, late-night phone calls, and the excitement of building a new life together. When the season finale aired in November 2024 and revealed their engagement, fans celebrated online with joy and relief. They had rooted for Joan after watching her initial heartbreak during Jerry Turner's season of The Golden Bachelor, and seeing her find a partner who genuinely seemed to adore her was a triumph not just for Joan but for the entire premise of the Golden franchise. But of course, reality TV doesn't stop at the finale. Just as Jerry Turner and Teresa Nist's whirlwind marriage had ended in a shocking divorce mere months after their televised wedding, viewers couldn't help but question if Joan and Chalk would suffer a similar fate. The two didn't rush into marriage, choosing instead to remain engaged and spend more time deepening their relationship. While many fans found this mature and refreshing, it also fueled speculation. Some wondered if their refusal to immediately marry was a subtle red flag. Others, especially those who had been burned by Jerry and Teresa's fairy tale unraveling, assumed that Joan and Chalk were quietly drifting apart. The fact that they didn't immediately move in together added to the rumors. Joan lived in Maryland while Chalk maintained his life in Pennsylvania, and though they frequently visited one another, some fans thought their decision to keep separate homes was evidence that they weren't truly committed. Then came the photos of Joan vacationing with her Golden Bachelor co-star and close friend, Nancy Holkauer. For some fans, the images of Joan walking on the beach with Nancy, smiling and wine glass in hand, seemed like confirmation that the engagement was over. Tabloid headlines followed: Golden Bachelorette Joan vacationing without fiancé Chalk, trouble in paradise? Social media chatter intensified. A few sharp-eyed fans noted that Joan hadn't posted a photo with Chalk in weeks. Others speculated that the two had quietly called things off but were waiting for the right time to announce it publicly. The shadow of Bachelor Nation's history loomed large. Too many past couples had fallen apart after filming Wrapped. Audiences had almost become conditioned to expect heartbreak. Joan and Chalk, however, weren't oblivious to the whispers. They knew the narrative forming around them, and after spending a month apart due to conflicting schedules and pre-planned trips, they decided to address it head-on. Joan pulled out her phone and recorded a short, casual video one evening when Chalk had come to visit her. They sat together in Joan's living room, a glass of wine on the table, with her dog curled up at their feet. The two looked relaxed, happy, and very much in love. Joan began the video by acknowledging the elephant in the room: "We've seen the comments, we've seen the posts, and we know everyone's been wondering if Chalk and I are still together. So, we thought, let's just tell you directly." She laughed softly, glancing at Chalk. He smiled back at her, reached over to squeeze her hand, and said, "We're doing just fine." Joan then explained that they had taken separate vacations, something they both believed was healthy and important in a relationship. "We like our independence," she said, "but that doesn't mean we don't love each other. It means we trust each other. And after a little time apart, it feels really good to come back together." At the end of the clip, Chalk leaned over and kissed her on the head, and Joan smiled at the camera. The video instantly calmed many of the swirling rumors. Fans flooded the comments with relief: "You two are adorable, glad to see you're still going strong, this is what love looks like at any age, mature, trusting, and joyful." Still, not everyone was convinced. A segment of viewers continued to believe the couple was delaying the inevitable, that the absence of wedding plans was a subtle admission of doubt. But others defended Joan and Chalk's unconventional approach, pointing out that at their age, they didn't need to follow the traditional timeline of engagement-marriage cohabitation. Many applauded their ability to maintain separate households while still investing deeply in each other's lives, seeing it as a model of modern senior relationships that prioritized companionship without erasing individuality. What made Joan and Chalk so compelling wasn't just their love story, it was the way they challenged assumptions about what later-in-life romance should look like. For decades, reality TV love stories had revolved around young people rushing into engagements, moving in together within weeks, and often crashing spectacularly after the cameras stopped rolling. Joan and Chalk represented something different. They had already lived entire lives, raised families, and experienced loss. Thanks for watching. If you likes this video, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and do not miss any update.